Hello Nakama. Welcome to Nimehara. This channel contains One Piece facts and theories. Don't forget to subscribe and notification bells. Since again showing the battle. In the middle of the city, Pulau Hachinosu, which is getting more and more interesting. There is a three-way battle that involved Shanks and Ben Beckman. On the part of the Akagami pirates, Den Kyuzen, Shiryu then from Augur. On the part of the kurohige pirates, and Kizaru Momo Uesagi, you are a young girl, of the naval sign. In that battle, the Akagami pirates severely dominated the fight because of the layered strong attacks. Haki of Shanks and Ben Beckman make the enemies become troublesome. A while ago, there are interesting moments where Shanks deliberately launched a major attack to create an explosive impact, so the surroundings became chaotic, and the battle area was covered in dust. When people find it hard to see, because of the amount of thick dust there, then Batman launches the shot with Haki-coated bullets onto the kurohige. Kurohige almost got hit by that bullet, but he had time to hold with Buso Shoku Haki. Even though I still feel pain, start from here. Kurohige would be more alert to Ben Batman, because he's just as dangerous as Sean. See the state of the fighting area getting chaotic because of the action from Shanks and Ben Beckman earlier. Kizaru also ordered Momo Uesagi and Toki Cake to come back first. Kizaru will also accompany them to come backwards because they need to organize new strategy and think about what steps to take next. A three-way battle like this, indeed too complicated so as to perform an action, have to use a very mature strategy. Right now, the second wave of the kurohige pirates, more and more are coming, and broke through here on the island Hachinosu. So sir, effective for Kizaru and friends to keep engaging in a fight in the middle of the city. If they're seriously injured or strength from that fight, then they would just be easy target of the kurohige alliance. So step back from there to work out a plan. Indeed is the best move. Shanks and Ben Beckman who saw them run away did not chase, because from the very beginning, the top priority of the Akagami pirates defeated the kurohige pirates is not defeating the navy. Then from that, Shanks and Ben Beckman stayed in the middle of town to face Kyuzen, Shiryu then from Augur. Not long ago, three people from the kurohige side, it became more and more desperate. That 2-on-3 battle really dominated by Shanks and Ben Beckman. Even though there is a Kyuzen, but still, Kyuzen can't face two people with Yonko's power level, like they both. Shiryu and Van Augur are equally difficult move to face their opponent. Shiryu actually uses its devil fruit power to disappear. There will be no point. But she still tried to disappear. Who knows will succeed in tricking Sean Dan Ben Batman. But apparently the estimates Shiryu at the beginning was true, because Sean and Ben Batman can figure out the location. Shiryu who is disappearing very quickly. It's indeed no surprise, because Sean and Ben Batman rule the Kenban high-level Shoku Haki. Other than that, Van Augur also tried to launch a shot, then teleport to another place instantly. But still, Shanks and Ben Beckman moves very quickly in pursuit from Augur. Before Augur's Van even teleported, Shanks and Ben Beckman already know where will the Augur Van move to. Of what it looks like there, it is indeed very difficult fighting against Shanks and Ben Beckman at once. As a Yonko, Shanks has a very overwhelming strength from Ben Beckman, as his deputy has almost equal strength to Shanks. The cooperation of these two people actually produce a scary combination. And for the enemies, I like it. These are two Yonko who combine forces. Initially, and the situation got harder, Shiryu and Van Augur have intended to retreat because it felt useless to keep fighting there. Way near those who dared to continue the fight. But Shiryu and Van Augur's plan was not carried out because of kurohige. Finally, I'm helping them fight against Shanks and Ben Beckman is so the position there also becomes 4 against 2. Actually, this wasn't Kurohige's original plan. Initially, he intended to wait for Shanks and Ben. Datman is exhausted first. Only then will he go forward to attack them. But before Shanks and Ben Bagman get exhausted, the Navy has actually retreated first. Therefore, it also brings about significant losses for the Titan commander Kurohige. Due to the absence of a third party, making Shanks and Ben Bagman can focus on fighting against them, that Titan commander. So the commanders are losing. And it's having a negative impact on the course of the war. So, whether you like it or not, also has to immediately go and help them over there. In the fight in the middle of the city, there's a moment when Shanks and Kurohige back 2 dueling Haki attacks. At that moment, Kurohige also said he still remembers his father from the past. That is Rox Deshabek, once fought against a holy knight. In the future, Kurohige knows that is the name of the holy knight. It's Garling. That person is none other than Shanks' biological father. Indeed, when I saw that fight happening, Kurohige is still very young, and he is being taken away by his mother to go from Pula God Valley. Until now, this is just a vague memory. Even so, he still remembers the moment when Rox was so excited, managed to defeat Garling Garland very convincingly. Kurohige also laughed and said, "In the past, his father managed to defeat my Shanks from Godvalley. So even in this Hachinosu Island, there's Kurohige will defeat Shanks, just like an incident between their father, Dak in Godvalley Island." It turns out, even though Kurohige still young, he briefly remembered certain moments about his father. Yes, Rox definitely idolizes her father very much. Even the ship is named Saber of Sebek. Actually, it's not just Kurohige, just someone who idolizes Rox the Frog, but the Kurohige pirate crew. I also idolize Sebek, especially the former prisoners of Impel Down Level 6, like Katarina Devon. Devon once said, "That teacher is special. That's why they want to be recruited by him." No, special here, referring to the lineage of the Sebek, owned by Teach. Shanks who hear Kurohige's words just now about the frog who is ever defeated Garling. I don't know anything about that, because when I was caught Valley in the past, Sean is still a baby and be taken by the dragon to escape from Pulau Got Valley at that moment, already a toddler, while Sean is still a baby. It's natural to think about that incident. While Shang don't remember anything, even so, Sean still responds to the words from Kurohige by saying that it won't happen in this battle on Hachinosu Island. I don't care if it's really true. Shabek once defeated Garling in the past. Sean will assert that Kurohige. It's not Rox, dude. Den Sean is also not Garling Garland. A father's actions in the past. It's not certain that we can determine the child's future alone, feeling that from what he has observed so far, it seems like Kurohige is not as strong as Rox yet. Indeed, the tank itself doesn't know what Sebek is personally, but she understands is indeed very strong based on various information, what he has known. Moreover, based on personal stories from Roger in the past. So it turns out, Roger used to often talk about Rox Desco to Shanks and so Shanks can draw the conclusion that Kurohige, with his current abilities, not yet at the same level as Rox Desco. On the other hand, Shanks, it's also not Garling Garland. Honestly, Seng really hates his father. Even Seng himself feels that he is stronger from Garling, so it's Rox's fight against Garling in the past. It has nothing to do with Kurohige's fight against John now, because they are the two of them, and their respective fathers. Clearly very different, so Shanks wants Kurohige. No need to bring it up, an old story in this fight. This is a new era. Therefore, the outcome of the fight will definitely be different. From the conversation between Shanks and Kurohige, there are two conclusions that are quite interesting. First, Kurohige very idolizes his father, that is Rox Deshabek, because he feels that his father is a very great person. Well, Seng really hates his father. That is Garling Phi Garland, because he feels that his father is a figure. Very bad. Then, the second interesting thing is it's kurohige's power. Apparently, it's still at the same level yet as his father, which means kurohige is not as strong as Rock's Deskab yet. It might be because of kurohige too reliant on the power of his devil fruit, so that the rights he has become less trained. Actually, kurohige's Haki potential, that's very high, just like his father. That's nonsense. It's just that kurohige didn't sharpen his skills enough. He also hasn't been able to reach the same level as. Don't worry. Meanwhile, Shanks, his current strength level, already surpassed his father, that is Garling. Maybe this is because Shanks was trained by Roger in the past. Therefore, Shanks' Haki potential is fully unlocked, and make it can reach the maximum potential that he has. So that's it. The most significant difference yet between the two of them is Seng has already surpassed his father, while kurohige, he still hasn't surpassed his father. Switch to another place. Who is far from there? Marie Joa will get attention again. This time, it's a shamrock fight. Fighting against her people from the revolutionary forces will be displayed again. The enemy faced by that holy knight leader consists of Sabo Karasu, Koshiro, and a strong ally of the revolutionary forces. Even in terms of quantity, Semrock is losing, but in terms of ability, he can still keep up. Semrock also managed to defeat one of them, a strong ally of the revolutionary forces that are fighting against it. Until now, there are 3 enemies left in front of him. That is Sabo, Karasu, and Koshiro. After their colleagues' defeat, Sabo also asked Karasu and Koshiro to be more cautious. In other areas, the battle of the dragon against Nusturo and Garling, it's still going on. This time, it's the leader of the revolutionary forces will return to using the awakening technique. But his awakening technique is different from before. Connecting, he has mastered the awakening technique very well. So, there are several variations that dragon can use. Basic skill from awakening. The devil fruit that dragon possesses is to create a massive storm on a very large scale, like what once happened in Log 2 years ago. I also tried using that technique in this battle in Marijua, even though he only uses it in a very short time, because that technique is very draining. And the impact of it can also be troublesome for their colleagues. Only what's in that area. So, at this moment, Dragon will use another variation of power, awakening her own dragon, creating shaped wind wall, a circle in his battle area against Garlic and Nusturo. Then it appeared a big storm inside that wind wall circle. So the storm is only around the dragon, just Nusturo and Garlic, so the scale is smaller and smaller. To save energy, its scope is also just limited. Just that circle of wall will not impact their colleagues. What's in the outdoor area? In that circle of wind, a dragon can launch various attacks from various directions to Nusturo and Garling, because they are the two of them being in the midst of the storm that dragon keeps creating. Euro and Garling, I also felt very pressure in that situation because the storm made them. It's quite hard to move. They're having trouble attacking the dragon, and also, it's difficult to escape. Get out of that circle. This technique is really amazing and very effective in combat. We know that excellence Nusturo is in the aspect of speed. Garling can also move very quickly and also agile, but in the midst of that storm, the movement of the two of them being very limited, this dragon is not just a very strong fighter, but he is also a very smart fighter, so that we can choose the right technique in the situation. Like it is now. There, he will also continue to control that storm, to attack those to Goroses from the outside of the wind circle that the dragon created. The allies of the revolutionary forces difficulty looking inside, so they don't know what is happening there. No, but what's clear is, they know about the circle of wind and the storms within it. That is the technique of the dragon, so they can also guess that there are two Goroses. It's very hectic over there. This certainly makes the allies. That dragon is becoming more and more enthusiastic and motivated. Switch to the bottom of the red line. On the side of the New World, as I discussed in the previous video, there is a battle between the revolutionary forces. The fight against the Navy is still ongoing. And then suddenly, appears a ship led by a mysterious cloaked figure, who directly attacked the Marines. This person is very strong, so he was able to defeat many Marines there very easily. Phase Admiral Manga and Vice Admiral Onigumo immediately moved to approach that person. Now, they are fighting on a big ship, belonged to the Navy. In that fight, Manga and Onigumo immediately became overwhelmed, which marks that this person, indeed, they have great power. In that moment of struggle, the hood of the robe he's wearing is open, so her face can be seen clearly by everyone who is there. No, Manga and Onigumo, do you know who that person is? So they're not surprised why he's so strong. As for the revolutionary forces, they also know who is that person, but they were very surprised and confused at the same time. Why did he come there? This surprise marks that person. Actually, it's not part of the revolutionary forces, because if he is part of the alliance of the revolutionary forces, of course, the reaction of the troops, the revolution that is happening in that place, will not be confused. In fact, they will definitely feel happy right away. But because he is not an ally of the revolutionary forces, just to make it clear, they're all immediately wondering why he came there, even though they don't yet know what their motivation is. But at least they can feel relieved, because from what we see, this person is helping the revolutionary forces, because from the beginning, what she keeps incarnating are the naval forces.